Okay, I'd like to call the meeting of the Hennessey Board of Education to order. We have a roll call and declaration of quorum.
Dr. Matusik.
Here.
Mr. Simrod.
Here.
Mr. Lau.
Present.
Mrs. Charmison. Here. Mr. Painter.
Here. I'd like to welcome all our visitors. Thank you for being here this evening. Public comments. I don't believe, does anyone have any comments on agenda items this evening? All right, I was not contacted. Mr. Sternberger was not contacted about comments, so we'll move on to the consent agenda. Agenda item 3. Does anyone have any items that they would like to pull off of the consent agenda for further discussion?
Dr. Matusik,
Yes.
there is one thing I would like to add. The last few months I've been updating the board and public on gross production and our funding and of course, beating into our carryover this year. So we did get a little bit of good news this month. In December, it reported that, we'd collected right at 64,000 in gross production. This month, we jumped back up to 200,000. So, I don't know where that's gonna put the next 5 months. It's hard to just, develop a pattern. But just dropping it down to if we could collect right at 140 for the remainder, that coupled with the fact that due to our loss in valuation, state aid pick up some of that, and so we got a state aid increase of 110,000. So we're still going to eat into our carryover, but where I'd originally reported it's going to be around that 3.8 range. I think it'll be closer to the 4.2, 4.3 range in that right now. So a little bit of good news.
That's great news. Thanks for keeping an eye on that. Okay. If there's no further discussion, I'll make a motion to move the consent agenda.
Second.
To approve the consent agenda, excuse me.
Dr. Matusik.
Yes.
Mr. Simrod.
Yes.
Mr. Lau.
Aye.
Mrs. Charmison. Yes. Mr. Painter.
Yes.
Okay. Agenda item 4, regular business. 4.1, discussion and possible board action to approve the 26-27 school calendar.
So once again, principals and I kind of looked over the school calendar, and then we sit down and invite and invited everybody and to get a couple representatives from each building to come over. That day, you always talk about kind of like parent-teacher conferences when you want them, but when you plug in all the fixed holidays that everybody wants to continue to have, continuance of a week at Thanksgiving and 2 weeks at Christmas, besides changing the dates of the Easter, not taking off both Friday and Monday and moving a Monday to later. That was the only change from this year's calendar. So calendar listed is what I would recommend. But I would also say that our state superintendent has suggested adding up to 15 days to the calendar next year. Now, everything I've heard is probably won't get the full 15, but meet in the middle somewhere possibly. So I think we need to go ahead and adopt this calendar now, then see how the legislative session plays out and if there are any days added, because there'll be a lot of negotiation with that on teacher pay and everything else. So that's a big topic down there.
Is that not only days, but hours of instruction as well? So depending on how you base your schedule.
It would be depending on how you base your schedule, yes. And they could set a minimum, and so it could eliminate the hours. So there's just a lot of what ifs right now. But I think we need to go ahead and get something out now at this time, and then if something does change during the legislative session, then we'll come back, we'll get a committee together and see where we want to add the days, shorten breaks, whatever we want to do. So I'd recommend that calendar as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Matusik.
Yes.
Mr. Simrod.
Yes.
Mr. Lau.
Aye.
Mrs. Charmison. Yes. Mr. Painter.
Yes.
Agenda item 4.2, no action necessary. Agenda item 4.3, board to consider and take action on a resolution determining the maturities of and setting a date, time, and place for the sale of 1,215,000 taxable building bonds of this school district and designating bond counsel for this issuance of bonds.
So this is the second to last sale that we have on the bonds for the dome. Next year we'll be doing this at the last time. That'll be the last issuance. That last issuance is a 3-year term, so it was originally scheduled to pay off in 2030. When things were really good on the valuation, if you'll remember Jordan Smith and Company, they sped it up. So we're still on track to pay off in around 2028 on everything. one thing to keep your eye on that I wanted to just bring to your attention is that state question 842 about the elimination of property taxes. That could definitely impact this. So just something once again, as we move through the session, keep your eye on. But need to go ahead and go forward. What this will do is the sale of bonds, this resolution, the notice of sale, it's, the bids are due at 11:45 on Wednesday, February 25th. We'll meet in the conference room, and the board meeting is at 12, where we will open, and Jordan Smith will read the bids aloud and recommend a winning bidder for that. So it'll be February 25th at 12 for the special board meeting. So that is what I would recommend to the board.
Okay, you said February 25th.
Wednesday, February 25th, yes, sir.
I'll make a motion for a special board meeting on February 25th at noon.
At noon.
At noon for the sale of said bonds.
Second.
Dr. Matusek?
Yes.
Mr. Simrod?
Yes.
Mr. Lau?
Aye.
Mrs. Charmison? Yes. Mr. Payne?
Yes.
Any new business?
No new business.
All right, superintendent's report.
Only thing I have on facilities, and I'd mentioned this a few months ago, but at the pavilion on the northwest corner of the football field, it's come back up, and our building fund money is sitting really good right now. And I think we could go to the west and extend that about one more section and make that into storage and have some tables out there permanently. And that is a hassle for the different groups that want to come in and have to borrow them from somebody, so I think it'd be good to either look at something permanent there or add on to that and have storage in it. So I was gonna get some quotes on that, get back with you. Comfortable range, I wouldn't think it would cost very much, but we can get a price on that. But that's about all we have going on in facilities. We've been just trying to maintain everything and just hold on and, go from there, so. But if anybody have any other thing on facilities this spring as we move forward that you'd like to see or check into, that I could look into for additional quotes.
I think that's something that we could discuss,
Yep,
as we think about those things.
anytime, yep.
Anytime.
Anytime. We just want to give everybody an opportunity tonight since that's the only thing that I had.
Anybody have anything that they would like to visit about as far as facilities? Let me get back on track here. All right, any resignations?
Well, I was going to ask you, I didn't check the board policy, but out of just memory, and you've served on the board longer than I do, if I do not acknowledge the resignation, do we have to accept it? Unfortunately, and he's had a wonderful career, but Todd Cameron has turned in his letter of retirement, not resignation, but his letter of retirement. So I think everybody knows how valuable he is to this district, and I'm scared to sit down with him when we actually start saying, now, what is your job description? Because it's going to be like 2 pages of all the things he does and his historical knowledge and where all the bodies are hidden here at Hennessey. It's going to be very valuable, very hard to replace. Todd, thank you for making my 5 years here very good. I appreciate everything you've done.
Thank you, Mr. Cameron, for your current service and your past services. I definitely remember you in class, so that should age. That should age you as well. All right, thank you. Okay. Agenda item 7, personnel. 7.1, discussion and possible board action regarding the following changes to the extra duty assignments for the 25-26 school year.
Yeah, we changed on the concessions coordinator, so we just need to add Geneva Nelson to that for the winter concessions coordinator.
So moved?
Second.
Dr. Matusek?
Yes.
Mr. Simrod?
Yes.
Mr. Lau?
Aye.
Mrs. Charmison? Yes. Mr. Payne?
Yes.
Agenda item 8, adjournment. Do we have a motion?
I'll move to adjourn.
I'll second.
Dr. Matusek?
Yes.
Mr. Simrod?
Yes.
Mr. Lau?
Aye.
Mrs. Charmison? Yes. Mr. Payne?
Yes.